There we go. Perfect, perfect, perfect. We are back with perfection incarnate. Holy shit, I am so happy with this remake so far. I cannot wait to continue playing. So last time, we were introduced to our hero Arcantos, a general of the Atlantean army. He was drawn away from home when pirates stole the trident of Poseidon, a clear sign from the gods that Poseidon was displeased with the Atlanteans' refusal to fight in the Trojan War. So, we went, got that trident back, and decided to join the Trojan War. We have been sieging it for a few missions, been doing decently well, but Agamemnon, our commander, has been a little less than ideal. So we are currently on the back foot, trying for one more Hail Mary attempt at victory. Hello, Dylan Watts. Thank you for stopping by. Is it the best idea? Is it the worst idea? Depends on how much faith you put in Trojan...
Curse Troy and those who dwell within her walls. They torched our food stores and tents, even most of the ships. We'll be lucky to even escape here now.
Escape? We just broke down one of the gates! We should be pressing our attack, not talking of escape!
The Trojans aren't going to wait for that. Surely they will attack again at any moment.
Not if they think we've left. Poseidon is the lord of horses. In Atlantis, a defeated general surrenders his horse when beaten.
A horse? Yes, a great wooden horse.
I don't understand. Will it fight?
It's okay, Ajax. It's right to be confused about this plan. It's always been a funny
Have this
story.
done quickly, and we don't have to rebuild any of the siege. Arcantos, I will need your help.
Okay. Oh, this is a lot more than they usually give you in the base game. I'm kind of terrified. Okay. So we gotta construct ourselves a Trojan horse. Because Odysseus has a silly, silly plan. We need to get 1,000 wood to be able to do that, but before I start getting wood, I'm actually going to try to get a bit of food for a little bit. I want to get as many villagers as possible so that we can gather resources more quickly. It's a bit of a short-term loss, long-term gain. There's usually a relic around here somewhere. Where's my scout? Do I have a scout? I might not have a scout. Dromus, we'll use you instead. Oh, we can apply to do something with our 2. Play Counter-Strike 2 and Dota for a project I'm working on. Oh! If it's something for Peasant's perspective, don't feel pressured to tell me, but I'd be fascinated to hear what that's all about. Dota at the... Actually, that sounds like a Valve roster. Is that a Valve roster? Okay, that's a decent amount of villagers. Let's move you guys on to wood. Start gathering this up. Can I afford? Yes, I'm going to get faster chopping speed. Invest in that. I will continue making villagers as the fishing ships bring food in, but I think I'm going to stop production otherwise, because the quicker that we do this, the less attacks we have to deal with. I need to turn this relic. Valve fighting you. Okay, I figured something like that. Oh, a Valve fighting game would actually sounds quite fun. Oh, do I invest in house? I think I do invest in houses. That costs wood, but not much, and I think more villagers is more valuable for what the goal of this mission is. Send this guy out to scout. Can't actually make Pegasus. I was about to make one for scouting purposes, but it looks like they're not going to let me. That's okay. That's okay. Maybe find another relic, perhaps. Something else speed. Actually, what was the relic I found? Proves all buildings line of sight. Okay. For this mission in particular, that's actually amazing. As this is not a general smash and grab or defeat the enemy or anything like that. This is very much a race against time. We got a Hydra, tank. And if this is anything like the old game, these units are going to start running off. We're going to need to stop them. Oh, well, they tried to run, but a two-headed Hydra does a lot of damage.
If we stop these scouts, Troy will not attack us.
Okay, in the meantime, we got enough wood to start building the horse. This is why we wanted a bunch of villagers. Because this thing has almost 3,000 hit points, and it builds very slowly. So we're going to have to defend this for roughly 5 minutes-ish. Keep getting fishing ships just to make sure we still have some kind of income to support us. And then from this point, any additional villagers are kind of useless. Hey, 3X, thanks for stopping by. It's okay, you got here for the most important bit. For the climax of this Greek chapter of the story. Odysseus has a plan to build a horse. We shall see if it will work. Can I still spend resources on that doesn't get in the way of what we're doing here? Yeah, might as well get this upgrade from Dionysus. Just make all of our units a little healthier. We don't need the wood for anything else. And I think any other food we are going to spend on... what are those called? Prodromos? Yeah, Prodromoses. These are anti-cavalry cavalry. So they're only good against other horses, but for the scouts that Troy is sending, these are perfect for these little skirmishes that we have to deal with. So far things are going smoothly. This has always been a relatively easy mission in the base game. Like, after several missions of having to, not slog through defenses, but like, the previous missions have been sieges, right? This is much more of get resources as fast as possible, build things as fast as possible, profit. Okay, I have enough gold, I think, for one more of these. Then we're kind of just... hoping we can... Oh! Attacking you from this side. I'm gonna try to use a couple of Prodromoses to get behind them. Yeah, no problem, no problem.
We have stopped this scout, but stay sharp, men. There will be more.
Alright, that is the last of our gold, and I'm not going to devote villagers to getting any more. Yeah, I've stopped 2 waves of scouts. I'm pretty sure even if they do send, like even if scouts do get away and alert the main army, what happens when they do that, they'll basically send like an army that's quadruple the size of ours, but the horse is close enough to done. I think even if that does happen, we will be able to finish before that army arrives. So I think we've kind of just won the mission. Oh, would you look at that? I didn't notice that was there. Cavalry hit points. Yeah, sure, why not? Odysseus, Odysseus, let me grab... Oh my gosh. There we go.
Λέγε ορθός, έτοιμος. Ορθός, λέει πρόσταγμα. Λέγε φορθάνει. Βούλομαι. Ορθός.
You're making a smash moveset, 3X.
Έτοιμο. Βούλανε.
Interesting. Do you mind sharing who for, or would you rather it be a surprise? Don't feel pressured if you'd rather it be a surprise. But you have piqued my interest. Gathered my attention. Alright, 30 seconds left. We'll probably get hit by one more attack, but we're almost certainly going to destroy it. Economy missions like this generally trap players into this mindset of, oh, we can't spend any resources at all because we gotta finish the objective as quickly as possible. But I've always find in pretty much any RTS game, if you just spend like the first 5 minutes playing the mission normally, you can crush these sorts of missions because they are designed around that kind of mindset. So, we have the Trojan horse.
Move the horse into position, quickly!
See, if we surrender, here is a token of our
Agamemnon, take the boats and men and sail just
lack
out
of
sight.
desire to fight.
Arkantos, Ajax, and I will man the horse. When night falls, sail back. We'll have the gate open for you.
I am glad you schemed for me, Odysseus. I will return at nightfall.
God, the detail on that of those soldiers' armor. So cool.
If we
Tabletop
destroy the
RPG,
gate,
Caliban
our
from
troops can
Lancer.
rush in.
Does not tell me much, that indeed.
Malista, Esto,
But that's
Malista,
exciting in its own right. I love learning about new things from
Est.
people's ideas.
Ne, Pani, Est.
Wait here for the guards to pass. We would do best to avoid fighting them now.
Yeah, I'm not actually sure we'd be able to beat this little army here. The Cyclops, no problem. That's a lot of hoplites.
Leye, Bulome,
So we
Pani,
have snuck in an elite force of Arkantos, Odysseus, and Ajax.
Ne, Est Malista.
Let's see if we can get the
Ne,
gate open.
Esto, Bulome. Ne, Esto, Bulome. Esto, Bulome, Pani, Bulome.
A colossus. We should try to sneak past.
Malista.
We could actually kill that thing pretty easily. As
Could
intimidating
make
as it
good use of
looks,
those.
Pani,
heroes kind of just die.
Ismaket. Esto.
Exactly. Myth units don't really stand a chance.
Bulome. Etimos.
Alright, we have liberated some siege weapons from Troy. Let's bring these over to the gate. Give it a little knock.
Why are those Helipolays out of storage?
Helipolays? Is that how you're supposed to say it?
Stop them!
Malista. Ne, Pani.
Alright, let's get these working on the gates.
Bulome.
And we'll use our heroes to defend them in case any attacks show up. But this is going to go down to this much siege.
Ne,
Doesn't stand a chance.
Bulome.
Agamemnon has returned with his army. Quickly, rush through the gate and take down Troy's fortresses.
Yeah, here we go. Now it's time for Troy to fall.
Gods have graced us with 2 meteors!
Oh, hell yes, I forgot about this. The brilliance of our plan has pleased the gods. And they flip the double bird to Troy. God, I love the meteor power up. Alright, so we're gonna drop another one over here. I'm gonna zap this blind. Oh wait, no, I can't. Fine. Brings down the fortress. And then we charge.
Ne,
Full kilter for the last one.
Bulome. Malista.
Gonna restore our units. Slap bronze on them too. Why not?
Est Bulome. Pani, Malista.
The physics is so goofy, right?
Malista. Ne, Bulome. Pani, Malista.
Thank you. Core. And in moments like these, you gotta just zoom in on the battles that's going on and enjoy the show. Because Troy has no defense for this. We hit them in the dead of night. They weren't expecting it. Troy has fallen.
Troy has fallen. Let's find Helen and get her back home.
Easy mission. Different objectives. Gotta love it. Provides some lovely variance to combat, to the campaign. It's a great campaign for that. 100% agreed. Ragdolls are fantastic.
Where to now, Arkantos?
Back to Atlantis. This was a welcome break from chasing pirates, but I need to return home.
Well, pirates or not, you need to get your boats repaired.
You don't think they can make it to Atlantis?
I don't know if they're gonna make it out of the harbor.
No.
There's a port not far from here, Yoklos.
I'm sailing there. I can show you the way and get someone to work on your ships.
Okay, so we've won the Trojan War, but unfortunately, we don't have a way back home. Surely, nothing's going to distract us
strides among the treetops
on this little side
and
quest.
is taller than the trees, and his voice through all the garden is thunder sent to bring. What is it, Kemsit?
Kamos has returned, sir. He lost the trident. He says the Atlantean was headed for Troy. The battle there will not last much longer once he joins the Greeks.
The siege at Troy is already over.
Zeus could still interfere.
Do you question me, Kemsit?
No, everything is exactly as you said it would be. The fortress, the tunnel, Troy.
Giants and the genii, multiplex of wing and eye, whose strong obedience broke.
God, they
the
gave
sky.
Gargarensis, like, the
Send
delivery
Kamos. I want to speak with
of
him.
Shadow the
Yes.
Hedgehog. It's so much goofier. I kind of love it. Like, it's a lamer delivery, but it makes the character, just his melodrama, so much funnier. And I do enjoy that.
This does not look good.
What happened?
Run! More bandits! Bandits!
No, you old fool. We are your own army. We returned from Troy.
Praise Zeus! The soldiers have returned.
Yes. Now what happened here?
After the army sailed for Troy, bandits attacked the city. They took our men hostage. Chiron too.
Who is Chiron?
He does the bidding of the gods. He said a hero would come to save us.
That does not ease my mind. Perhaps we should go find him, see what he knows about this.
This campaign's full of a lot of fun little moments.
You want to reach the hostages.
Where you see a name like Chiron, and if you know Greek mythology, you're like, oh, hey, Chiron! I know who that is!
Malista. Ne.
But if you're not familiar with Greek mythology, you get the opportunity to learn who Chiron is through this campaign. It's a really cool aspect of it.
Esto. Volume. Malista. Esto.
Fortunately, we're only stuck with our heroes, so hopefully we can
Malista.
find
Ne.
a few more soldiers. Looks like we're still worshipping Zeus at the
Honey.
moment, so our infantry
What
is still
creatures are
amazing.
these?
Oh my god, look at that!
Pani. Volume. Pani.
Oh, I don't even want to kill it. God damn, what a glow up. Oh, I wish I could show a picture of what Wadgets looked like in the base game of Age of Mythology. This is so much better. This is an Egyptian myth unit based off of the goddess Wadget. Unfortunately, they still melt in the face of heroes.
Esto. Pani.
God damn, they look so good. Like in the base game, they didn't have feathers at all. Those were just little bat wings, and they were so much smaller, so they kind of just looked goofy.
Malis. Esto.
Those are
Malista.
beautiful
Esto.
now.
Ne.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Esto. Volume.
Okay, so after a bunch of missions with fighting the Greeks, we are clearly fighting the Egyptians now. The plot thickens.
Centaurs! Where is the wise man known as Chiron?
Chiron is being held in the bandits' fort on the Acropolis. You will have to retake the city before you can attempt to rescue him.
Esto.
Malsta. Ne. Malsta.
Alright, we got some centaurs to help us out.
Pani. Poro.
Looks like the bandits are attacking the civilians. That's no good.
Esto. Volume.
Eti. Malis. Volume.
Protsege.
That is the most dead a spearman has ever been.
Pane. Malis.
Just body riddled with hundreds of arrows.
Est mal. Ne. Esto. Esto.
God area. That's a temple to our Lord Zeus. We're smacking that. Let's try to save whatever civilians we can. Thankfully, centaurs destroy spearmen. Spearmen are already weak to archers. This is a myth unit archer. They don't stand a chance.
Not quite everything. If we move
You
quickly,
looked up the old wadgets? Yeah, they're
restoring buildings that we
a
can
bit silly. Remember that was there. Again, this game is great about encouraging and rewarding exploration. Gonna break this gate down real quick. Got a siege weapon. What does this give us? Ranged soldiers and ranged heroes. That's great. We have a bunch of centaurs. They're killing the donkey! Dickheads! God, the new centaurs are amazing. Like, in the previous game, their special ability was just taking an aimed shot. Like, it was just a regular arrow shot, but a bit slower and doing more damage. This is such a glow up. Oh, these are set worshippers. These kind of possessed animals are a feature of that Egyptian faction. Basically turns the wildlife against you. Honestly, not the craziest thing, but it can be nice for getting more just units on the field very quickly. Oh, we got some scorpion. Oh, and a lot. A lot of wadgets. I think Arcantos can effortlessly solo these, though. No need to take unnecessary damage from things that hurt you more than need be. Centaurs will just take out all the spearmen. God, they just melt! Look at that!
The center of the city has been recaptured. Now we can use these buildings.
Okay, I'm gonna zoom out for a second. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. I think there's... No, I'm misremembering. That's where the relic is. We are going to capture the center of the city first before going to grab that relic. So I'm pretty sure this is slightly timed. Like the spearmen are attacking civilians as the game progresses. So we are going to break through quickly, try to capture this center of the city. Then we will send our heroes back to explore the area, make sure we're getting everything. Got some slingers. I think centaurs still beat slingers. Slingers are an anti-archer units, but I think myth units, in the rock, paper, scissors of these sorts of games, I think myth unit trumps anti-archer, regardless of if myth unit's an archer or not. I'm gonna zoom out real quick, just make sure we're not missing any soldiers, which we're not. Gather all these militia together. They are a bit useless, but, I mean, soldiers are soldiers. Take those out, take down the Temple of the Set.
Good. We've recaptured all but
Okay, I'm gonna send Arcantos back here. I'm pretty sure there's a relic there. And I'm pretty sure there is also a relic to the south. Send these units to make sure these spearmen don't take out this temple. Let's get Jason and Heracles. Round out our hero roster. Got a bunch of slingers that really hate this archery range for some reason. That is okay. I don't want to start poking the buildings, because when you're next to an opponent's base like this, it can cause the entire base. It's basically poking a hornet's nest. Okay, not a relic, but there was resources, so it's still worth it. Ajax, keep going south. I think there's also a plenty vault to the north, or is it the northeast? Somewhere in this area-ish. Heracles, go over to this area, just in case there's a relic there. You know what, Slinger? You're doing good work. I'm gonna let you live. Go for it. You've got 1,200 stones to throw before that is going to go down. Is a relic here. That was hack armor for infantry, right? Don't know if that applies to militia. Militia are kind of just bad. But they're soldiers, and at the end of the day, that's what matters. We're gonna get a bunch of units. Pretty sure it's a plenty vault, at least in the base game. Yeah, plenty vaults. Passive resources.
Plenty vault. This will be useful.
This gives us gold. Alright. Let's get a bunch of Hydras. Just for our army. Egyptian units don't have much cavalry to the late game. I think we're safe just getting basic cavalry. Third relic. Game rewards exploration. You love to see it. This one, trickle of gold. Great. Do I have a favorite faction? That is a good question. I definitely know that when I was younger, it was by far Loki's faction. Because Loki's faction was all about giants. And just crazy myth unit compositions, which was just really, really fun to play with. These days, I'm not so sure, actually. Centaurs from this one. Well, we'll say Loki for now, but with room to change, maybe, as I'm playing through this. It's not something I've thought about in a long time. Okay, this is definitely a large enough army. Let's siege this Acropolis. Now, if I wanted to be lame here... Oh, hey, look. They're trying to summon serpents to stop us. Arguably the worst god power in the entire game. Well, it's got some uses, but it's just extremely underwhelming. It summons like 6 snakes, and they're so easy to kill. Unless you're stopping like villagers from gathering a resource, it's useless. Now, if I wanted to be really lame, I would just hit the ceasefire power, walk right up to the objective, and destroy it. But I think that's not very fun, so we're gonna try to take on this army proper. Which, that's an army and a half. I'm going to try to get the siege weapons out of the way. God, having... Centaurs are amazing now. If you have clustered units like that, like they had, like, what was that, 50 units in their front line? They all just melted. They have no army now. That's insane. Least favorite faction. Who's particularly annoying? In the old game, definitely Oranos. It's an Atlantean faction. I'll explain. The Atlantean faction in this game was something added in an expansion that's basically just... What if the Greek Titans had their own separate kind of pantheon setup in the same way that the Greeks, Norse, and Egyptians have in this game? But Oranos was just kind of annoying. Not quite sure why those buildings are bleeding, but we take those. We take those. It's just discount Psystorm? Yeah, pretty much. Because it doesn't cost energy. It's just a cooldown. Of course, to be fair, most civilizations have something like that.
You're welcome. We did not find the other prisoners, however.
The bandits were led by a man called Kemsit. He marched the prisoners to the North Road. Those guarding us spoke of putting them to work, building something there.
Ajax, gather our troops. We'll take whatever stores we have in the ships and whatever these people can offer.
Well, we were on our way home to Atlantis, but looks like we've been distracted by side quests. Let's see if this turns into a main quest. Spoiler alert, it totally is. We also have a new hero, Chiron. The centaur teacher of many, many heroes.
This isn't... Chiron, have you gotten us lost?
Of course not. I've walked this road many times. I've never seen this before, however.
It's recent construction. The cuts on the stones are not weathered. It doesn't look like something your average bandit would build.
Where are the men from Iaclos?
Within, perhaps.
Let's find out. Scout the area and find what resources are available here.
Okay, for this mission in particular, I wanted to try something. Because I want to prove to people that this is a very accessible RTS that anybody can play. So what we're going to do, there is a feature in this game called auto queue. If I right-click a production, it will automatically keep producing whatever it is I have right-clicked. This makes it so that your macro is essentially built for you. And then we're going to try to use the villager priority system and see if the game can intelligently manage my economy for me. This is going to allow us to focus almost completely on building our base and scouting out the map. I just want to show off how well this works, because to be completely honest, I'm not quite sure how it works myself. I'm kind of curious to see how competent this system is. Also, probably noticed, we have to be controlling 2 bases at once with this. Occasionally you'll get maps like this on ladder. It's pretty rare, though. But it can be a very interesting challenge to see how you can balance a setup like this. I am... Excuse me? Wait, hold on. What just... So, I'm going to turn that off. My apps... Okay, so maybe hold off on the praises of this being the most accessible. I think the problem that's going on here is that the game doesn't know how to handle starting with 2 bases at once. But it seems not know what to do with that villager, and it just deleted the villager. I am going to keep on the auto queue, though. That's honestly the more important piece anyway. In these sorts of games, if you keep building villagers, if you can keep your economy going, you just win the game. Because more economy means more troops, and more troops means bigger army, more army means you crush your opponents. Okay, we got plenty on wood, plenty on food, nothing on gold. Let's start sending villagers that way. Got some couple starting on favor on the other side of the map too. What do we need for the heroic age now? Armory or market. We'll get an armory. I'm confident we can keep our economy balanced. Now, of course, if you have something like auto queue on, you do have to remember to turn it off if you're trying to save up for the next age. So I am going to do that real quick, because I think we've got a solid amount of villagers so far. Any more relics in the area? I think we are clear. Trying to get more line of sight on our towers. Just because we start with towers, might as well upgrade them. The game is mad at you for trying not to macro the mission where the macro is the challenge. Maybe so, maybe so. Let these goats fatten up a little bit more. Herd animals like this offer an interesting risk-reward, where you can eat them immediately for some really quick early-game food, but if you save them, they will slowly fatten up, so you can harvest them later for more food. Problem is that if you leave them out, your enemy can kill them or steal them. Again, risk-reward. We need... Oh, hey! We haven't tried Apollo yet! We'll absolutely go with Apollo. As fun as Hydras are, I want to show off everything this game has to offer. Oh, we can get more Minotaurs. I want to get like 10 Minotaurs and just run into a giant army, because now that they're kind of just chucking move is area of effect, I want to see just an army go pinballing around from an army of Minotaurs. That sounds so fun. Looks like we're under attack. I'm going to get our units over there real quick before we take care of this. Looks like we're fine. Yeah, we're fine. I'd be willing to bet, because this game is well designed, that the attack waves we're going to be sent with will be countered by the units we started with. So we're going to get cavalry and archers over here. This was infantry and archers over here. Hold me to that. I bet you I'm right. Yeah! Oh, it looks so good! Look at this bad boy! This is the Manticore, obviously. This is Apollo's myth unit, because Apollo is all about arrows, and this thing is gonna throw a lot of arrows. Please say they cost wood. Yeah, they cost wood. Perfect. An interesting ability that actually is very prevalent for this particular map. Apollo's ability, strangely, you think this would fit more in Hades, but Hades is a major god, so it needs to show up somewhere. An underworld passage. This allows us to immediately move units to and fro between it. So, despite being in two bases, we can still reinforce each other. I'm going to turn auto queue back on for our economy. We have plenty of wood. Let's start getting some farms over here. If you want favor as well. Again, I want a bunch of Minotaurs. The Manticore looks so cool, right though? I'm just waiting for them to attack this side. I want to show off how it fights. Let's get some, Actually, no, hold on. We are going to get Jason on this side, but we'll get Heracles on this side to help out Ajax. Also going to get some houses first, because we're almost out of population space. You guys, though, we're going to get our human army on this side. Not really a reason for it, just kind of for funsy theming. But we're gonna have myth focus on this side, because Chiron's over here, and Chiron's a myth unit himself. And the more human army over here. I probably should start poking the gates down. But again, it's kind of hard to tell in RTS games. You're kind of just making a bet and seeing if you're right. But again, RTS factions tend to react as if you're poking the bear when you hit their buildings specifically. Okay, I'm going to turn off auto queue again. We have a very strong economy. Do we need to balance this out at all? Not enough on food? Oh! They stopped gathering food. They're probably going for the deer and swapped over. Okay. I rallied my heroes, and I have just half my economy right here, just doing nothing. And I have you two also go for farming, and then let's get some economy upgrades as well, just to make sure we've got a steady flow of resources. Here we go. Alright, Manticores deal very low single target damage, but against grouped up units, which Minotaurs are actually not that great for. Here, I'll show you against the building. They throw large clusters of small spines. So the more Manticores, I guess there's kind of a design overlap with Centaurs now, which is odd. I guess you can really, really heavily build into the area of effect stuff now, but if they get some, like, really tanky units, you're all out of luck. Because armor mitigates, like, per hit. So if you have low damage, high number of attack units like the Manticore, it's not as useful. Oh my god, I didn't even consider that. Okay, in the base game of Age of Mythology, you usually only use god powers once. Just one and done. That's it for the rest of the game. But since I have the ability to use it multiple times, I can just make passages anywhere. I can just teleport straight to the end objective. If I can do that, I'm totally going to do that. Because that sounds funny. We're also going to get some fortresses on both sides of the map, just to make sure we're nice and safe. And then we'll be able to advance to the next age. Let's get some upgrades as well. Got a bunch of defensive upgrades from Athena. Athena's the one that gives you the Minotaur. Just makes our infantry super duper defensive, which is a great combination with Zeus. This is going to be a composition that basically just infantry and mid units. Manticores are more than enough for the archers. And Minotaurs are great for both disruption and a frontline meat shield. We're going to keep getting those, because again, I want to punt things. Oh, nice! Right, I forgot about that. Apollo also has a very nice gimmick that I don't think anything else in the Greek faction has, where his temples will automatically heal units that are nearby them, which is just super duper useful. I get a couple more gold miners, actually. Say like 4 more. Get the gold research too. Let's start bashing these gates down. Now that the fortresses are up, I feel pretty confident that even if it does poke the bear, we will be fine. There doesn't seem to be a response yet, at the very least. God, oh my god, the building destruction looks so good! Okay, a bit of forward production. Minotaurs will destroy this. I love how much cooler the visual upgrades become. Because, like, you saw that Minotaur at first. It was just a naked little bull man, but now it's got, like, full gold armor. Ah, it looks so good. Alright, we got some towers behind here. We're gonna take out this forward production, but then we'll retreat. Get some proper siege weapons to deal with that. Oh, no, not militia. Whatever will we do? Not worth even paying attention to. Get that out. Minotaurs will just punt them to death. Ah, they're so cool. Okay, and this is, I think, our last, like, main macro Greek mission. So we're gonna go with our last Mythic Age god, which is Hera. We're gonna play with some Medusa. Gonna wait by the temple for a bit, just heal up our units. Ajax, what do you have up here? Looks like Gargarunsis worshipped Artemis. So he has access to Earthquake, which is a bit scary. No, I wanted to run with the infantry! Damn it. Oh well. Don't really have... Actually, I'm gonna retreat with these guys. We don't have the base destruction capabilities with this group, like we do with the Minotaurs. We're gonna make a couple of catapults. Let's also eat the goats. They've been nice and fattened up. Get some good food income from that. As soon as I get enough gold for a temple, I'm gonna put one over here too, just to make sure we're healing up this army passively as well. This army has been fully healed. This game is nice, so if you try to grab all your units, it does not grab your villagers off of what they're doing. Which is just a lovely quality of life change that I wish every single RTS did. We have plenty of favor. Let's get a couple more of you on food. Alright, come on. Give me... Yeah! Alright, so I don't need to explain to anybody what a Medusa is. I'm gonna upgrade this thing And I believe, yeah, Hera makes our myth units even stronger. We're gonna get that too. Our catapults ready over here. Upgrade their damage. Make sure that we have a bunch of infantry in this army. And I think this side is just ready to go. Let's head left first. Ow! God, that had impact behind it. That Minotaur was not happy. Oh, we got a fortress up here. I think we can take this. If need be, we can use restoration to make sure our units are healthy against the fortress's fire.
Fortress. Maybe our Cantos can take that down from his side.
Medusa does Medusa things. Just straight up turns soldiers to stone. Instantly kills them. Super powerful. You know what? It would actually be optimal to send Ajax out as well. Because then I can use restoration right now and right here. Which heals Ajax as he attacks as well. You can move the catapults forward. Cleared the way for Ajax to attack, no problem. Start moving this way. I need more houses. Going. Ajax is a Chad, he doesn't need our help. Let's make sure we got our... Oh, nope, don't have enough gold. Have we run out of gold on the gold mines? Yes, we have. Alright, let's move over here, start taking this one. Fight's still going on, but we're good, we're good, we're good. Really funny thing you can do, which I'm going to do because we have enough mana for... Oh, do they have a temple back there? We can't. Nah, it's fine. It's just a gate. We got plenty of Minotaurs. This will fall. We can take out these towers. No problem. Take out their myth unit production as well. That poor militia did not know what he was getting himself into. Oh! Hello. Might as well have some fun here. Hydras are scary. Hera is scarier.
A hero has fallen.
Okay, that did hurt, though. I was not expecting to get that much pushback on that side. We're going to rebuild as quickly as possible. Oh, you guys are just diving! Come back, come back, come back, come back. Come on, come on, come on. There's no need for that. Oh yeah, the OP Medusa ability also works on myth units. It's basically Zeus's bolt power, but you can build it. I'm gonna take this out. Take out the production. I think we're just gonna start streaming Minotaurs into this side. I'm gonna drop another restoration on this army as well. Just make sure they can get some decent headway into this base here. So I'm gonna start sending in some Myrmidons. Super strong late game unit. Get you guys to make sure we take out the... God, I love his new voice so much. Start taking over. Oh! Nope.
I've told you not to meddle with my affairs.
That's a lightning storm.
Gods!
That's Nemean Lion. We're just gonna back up and make sure we're out of the range of that AoE. Which is actually extremely helpful, because I mean you just waste it entirely. Let's start spinning in magic cores. We have plenty of wood to do so. Is this like Clash of Clans? I guess from a certain point of view, sure. I can see why someone would think that way. I think it's a funny comparison and I would laugh at it, but yeah, sure. out of food here too. Any other easy... You know, I'm actually gonna send these guys through this underworld passage. Oh! Hello! That's mean. Don't like that. That's really funny, though. They just tried to airdrop units into our base. That's an Egyptian myth unit. That's a rock. You shouldn't be able to do that. Oh, so our units are just doing whatever they want to. We gotta have them back up. I'm gonna drop another restoration. Make sure we save these myth units. Move up to here and take up this wood. This Minotaur is soloing a bunch of militia, which you can do easily because they're militia. What is this? What? That's not in the base game. That's OP. Love that. So just passive, powerful unit generation? That's awesome. Can you petrify a catapult? Does that work? No. No, it does not. You cannot petrify a catapult. That's a shame. That would be fun. Do I have any melee units to kill this thing? I have 1 minute. The town center over here. It's useful to have as many of these as possible because it increases your population limits and lets me rebuild my heroes on the front lines. I'm gonna send Jason over here, though. About Ajax. We should start moving forward. He's got some Medusa to support him now. Let's get the elite upgrade as well. Not gonna have you guys waste damage on a town center. That's just not gonna get anywhere. Once we have a couple of Minotaurs over here, we'll take that out. Bellerophon in as well. Cool hero. I believe he jumps into combat against any, like, infantry. Does this work on deer? Yeah! Just a cool little leaping attack. Super neat. On a scale of 1 to 10, how accurate is Zeus here? Pretty much every depiction here is a very pop culture heavy depiction of mythology. So to answer your question, no. I'd compare it not to the same extent as... What are you guys doing? Not to the same extent of Disney's Hercules, but similar vibe of just... Stop attacking the wall! What similar vibes of a very neutered, like, accessible depiction of myth. Alright, get some anti-infantry to join these. I haven't been getting any upgrades. Yeah, no.
Prostagma. Έστω. Μάλιστα. Βούρνε, μάλιστα.
I think... Petrify that dude. I think, if I remember correctly... No! You, I want you to petrify that Hydra, because I'm pretty sure that works. Yep, doesn't matter how strong the unit, if you're up against a mute Medusa, instant petrification. Just nope, Colossus.
Λέγε.
The infantry.
A hero has fallen.
I have a favor. Are you metering your own base, dude? Doesn't that do damage? Yeah, that does damage to yourself. I'm not complaining, but Gargarensis, where'd you study tactics? these guys start moving in as well. I should start getting production closer to the front lines.
A hero has
If I was good at this game. My skills leave much to be desired. I just love to see the big armies run into each other. I know stone isn't a resource in this game, but I wish it was. You can mine from the people you turn to stone. God, now that you've put that idea in my head, that's amazing. Like, it would require so much rebalancing, but that's funny. I love that. I'm gonna have these villagers start putting some forward production. I think we're winning this battle. Or we've lost armies on both sides.
A hero has fallen.
We have lost armies on both sides. Wow! This game, they've actually made this game pretty difficult. I'm using the difficulty settings of, like what I expect from the baseline. Or maybe I've just gotten a lot worse as I've gotten older. That's also a very huge possibility. As shown by the 13 villagers here that have been doing nothing for God knows how long. You guys have also run out of wood. I'm gonna move you over to farms, just so I don't have to think about you anymore. Managers are still doing well. Ajax is fully lost on this side, but he did take out the town center. Once we've got a decent amount of infantry over here, we will restart that fight. And I focus the Minotaurs on taking out the town center. They should be able to do so relatively. Why? Why? Why are you so obsessed with taking down the walls, villagers? That is not what I need from you. It's funny, but stop it. Get some help. Let's get some manticores over here to support as well. That's doing great. Cyclops tries to jump in and is just immediately petrified. Oh, it doesn't die immediately. You still have to kill it first. That's new. Cool. Send in more hoplites on this side too. We got over here. Get Hercules and Jason over on this side to help out. We'll bring Bellerophon back over on this side. Almost comfortable sending these guys out again. I haven't. Oh, God damn it! Okay, it might just be that I'm bad at this game because I keep forgetting to make upgrades. Oh, yo, yeah, Midas ability? I mean, they have been adding, like with the Frere pack, we know that they're going to keep adding more to existing pantheons on top of expansions. So I could see Midas being a hero for, like, who would be the fourth major god for Greeks? Let's see. Is it big, of the big six? It'd probably be Demeter, because Hera's already part of the game. Yeah, Demeter would be the correct option. I'm just gonna like pull back Hydra. I don't want it getting heads. Did that kill my entire army? What the hell? What are the catapults? Do the catapults have like area of effect now? That just deletes armies? I don't know. Regardless. Yo, this free unit thing from the fortresses is actually... This is producing from both fortresses. If I just keep building fortresses, does every single one create a free unit? Where are my villagers? On this side. There's my villagers on this side. I'm gonna send a bunch of you forward for science. And 2 fortresses over there. Can I just get infinite units by just continuing to make fortresses? If so, that's hilarious.
Esto. Μάλιστα.
Reinventing the Swarm House meta.
Raise the fortresses to the ground.
It never died. It just slept. Ready to strike once more. Yeah, a big part of why Manticores are so powerful, as you probably noticed as I go back and forth between these armies, they just don't really die. Like, as ranged myth units, they don't have the squishy stats of the Centaur, so they can just take hit after hit after hit, and they just, like, they don't do a lot of damage, but they're a constant threat that the opponent has to respect. Streaming infantry onto this side. Doesn't matter if they make any headway, it distracts the army, which is all I really need. Because this side is causing them to crumble.
A hero has
Oh yeah, every
fallen.
single one of these fortresses is just creating passive infantry. That's so funny. That's so broken. What are you... In, like, Black Forest-esque games, that's just... Well, I guess in Black Forest games you have, like, trade, so it's still technically for units. Still, though, that's really strong! Hoplites this way, too. I should really get the, infantry training time with how much I'm just streaming units in. What I should also do is I should turn on auto queue. That's why it exists. Just keep... When you know that there's a battle that you just want to keep sending troops at, and that's kind of the extent of the thought process, just turn on auto queue. Move your focus to more important problems. Have these two fortresses also send some catapults our way. Just make sure we take out these fortresses. We have enough for a regeneration, though, so we can at least start this siege. War of attrition, exactly. I mean, if it works, it works. Oh yeah, Minotaurs. I don't need the catapults. Minotaurs are good enough on their own for this. The militias spawn, and you just watch them just... The entire group ragdoll outwards. Oh, it's so good. And then HX may not have won on his side, but thanks to the distraction he provided, these troops have been distracted, allowing us to take out the fortresses no problem. Lovely. Yo, 3X, what are some other Greek myths on the level of Midas that could make for some cool gameplay implementations?
Rush in red and purple, from the red clouds of the morn, from the temples.
Do you have a Daedalus upgrade where you can give your units wings?
Enough babbling, coward. Come face me. Atlantis does not fear the likes of you.
It should. I have warned you. Continue to pursue me, and I will spare.
I can't get Shadow the Hedgehog out of my head listening to the delivery of these voice lines. And I love that for Gargarensis so much. Also, Gargarensis is using cheat codes. Those meteors were way too accurate. I go after him, of course. He dug out this creepy passageway. What's that all about, huh?
A giant fortress in the middle of the countryside, protecting a huge pit which leads here. And a cyclops that rains fire on us from the skies. I'm starting to think this might not be a bandit we're dealing with, Chiron.
Where is here?
This is Erebus,
We
the realm of
have
Hades.
entered the
We've
underworld.
passed into the underworld.
A gate? What do you think is behind it?
I don't know, but if our Cyclops friend wants to open it, I think we want it to stay closed. We've got to destroy that ram. Call for reinforcements at once!
Etim ani. Esto. Ne. Esto. Ne.
Alright.
Esto. Malista.
Another interesting mission here. This one is essentially a timed mission. We got this big old gate here. The Gargarensis is trying to ram down. This gate ram has 23,000 hit points. So we've got to devote a bunch of troops to breaking that down, while also staying alive against Gargarensis' counteroffensive. Got a lost flying soul right here. Just fun flavor for the underworld. I'm actually not going to go for the ram first, because if I remember from the base game, you can make this easier on yourself. Yeah. By moving to the side first and taking down these boulders. This prevents Gargarensis from sending reinforcements from these directions. So we're gonna do this first. Back down. Oh, the sound design. It is immaculate. Chiron, I think there's some stuff hidden over here, too. Just testing decades-old knowledge from me. Yeah, Nemean Lion. Nothing over here. I know there's some Medusa hidden around as well. We've got another rock to break over here. We're gonna send our heroes to take that out. Because there's a bunch of Chimera, and those will shred the centaurs. Oh no, these are Manticores. That's way easier. Again, for as strong as the Manticores were in the last mission for us, if you have any heroes at all, myth units just melt. It's a rock paper scissors system in this game that you just have to respect, because the stats do not go in your favor if you don't. Is this? The lion can talk. Sure, cool, love it. Chiron, is this where the Medusas are at? I think so. Yeah, there we go.
These Medusae will assist us against our foes.
3 Medusa. That is 3 dead units every, like, minutes, which is insane. Something to do with Persephone would be cool if it doesn't already exist in the haste. It doesn't, which is weird, now that you've pointed that out to me. I hope if they add in Persephone, for like, because that's another one that would make sense with a Demeter major god. I hope if they do add Persephone, that they, like, retcon Hades' tech tree to include her. Because she should be there, right? Alright, then this is the approach for Gargarensis' attack waves that we cannot stop. Okay, so we have the luxury of being able to plan out our attack by seeing them beforehand. What I'm going to do here, we're going to attack with our heroes first and go straight for the Chimera. In doing so, whoa, second Chimera. Okay, plan kind of fell on itself, but it's still fine. Second Chimera scared me. Chiron's taking some hits. That's okay. Back away out of the fire. Chiron's being a tank. Doesn't really fit a horse to do that, but you know what? He's doing great. Alright, so now we can start taking down the ram. We're going to set this up in a way. I want Medusa's up front first, because they will take on any attack waves that come from this direction or this direction. We got some. Oh, hello. We have many reinforcements. We should bring these to the ram. More. Okay, so they will continue sending attack waves like this to try to defend the ram. But, oh my god, centaurs are just insane now. Did you see that?
Your futile attack.
Okay, and then from this point, just a matter of managing our resources. I have kind of, honestly, I've probably crushed this mission, just because I remember where all the stuff is. I remember to take these out beforehand.
More reinforcements are here!
What will it take to destroy this ram?
If you don't do that, it's much harder. But you cut off reinforcements and then conserve your army for a big push, like halfway into the mission. It's a pretty easy mission. Like, we're gonna probably win this. I'm just gonna drop the lightning storm just to do it. See? Easy. Whatever Gargarensis was trying to let out of that gate, he will not succeed today. Really thinking about if we want to load this cutscene. It's okay. It's okay. Take your time. Take your time. Game? There we go. Okay. Scared me for a second.
This is interesting. I would have thought you smarter than to ignore my warning. Fortunately, there are other routes to Tartarus, so this one can be closed.
Again, fun little thing if you know mythology. You're like, oh shit, he's breaking into Tartarus? That's not good, we gotta stop him. But if you don't, this campaign acts as an introduction to what or who is lurking within Tartarus. So now we gotta get out of the underworld, because the underworld is not a fun place for the living to be.
It'll take a lifetime to tunnel through this.
The Cyclops said there were other ways into the underworld. That means there are other ways out.
Shades, the dead. We are strangers to this realm, but they know it well. They can show us the way out of this place.
Alright, so this is an interesting, unique mission. Now that we're deep in the underworld, our line of sight vision is absolute garbage. Our units can't see a damn thing anymore. So if there's any enemies out here, we're screwed. However, we can find Shades of Hades, who can act as our scouts, or, should we decide, they can act as a one-shot, one-kill for anything we run into.
You must journey through Hades' realm and collect his lost relics.
So it's a constant juggling act of, do I want to have vision of the areas I'm exploring, or do I want to be able to take out the powerful myth units we're dealing with? We do have 3 heroes, so I'm going to save my shades for a while. I'm also going to just probably keep my infantry in the back, because it's just all myth units. Our basic infantry are not going to do very well. They will not fare very well. Also, hey, River Styx. Isn't that fun? You just see Charon's ferry passing by in the distance. Got 3 Medusa here. Again, very dangerous, but heroes are immune. And when you have heroes against myth units, doesn't matter how powerful they are, doesn't matter how crazy their abilities are, they will die. And they will die pretty easily. Got a Hal 3X? Alright, thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for enabling me to play this game on my channel. I mean, I would play it regardless. I don't particularly care if people want to watch me play this one. This is very much a for me sort of stream. Are you sure there are? There's the more trades. So here's to take out these Minotaurs. Bring our infantry behind.
Prostagma, Malista, Esto, Espaken. Malista.
Attack, move in. Even though you can't see anything, your heroes against all myth units, you'll be fine. Go ahead and pick that up.
Have been granted the power of bronze.
So now that we found one of Hades' relics, he has given us a god power. He is pleased. Unfortunately, Hades just doesn't get to do much in this campaign, which is honestly a breath of fresh air from how Hades is usually portrayed. He's not the big twist villain. He's kind of just doing what he does in Greek mythology and staying out of everybody's business. He's got no time for any of his brother's bullshit. He's just here to make sure his realm is running smoothly. Bunch of patrolling Cyclopses, but again, we have heroes. What's this? Oh, that's new. Normally you don't find it. Unless I'm misremembering. Do you find just reinforcements? I don't think in this area, but you might find reinforcements in this mission. I don't know. Temple just collapsed out of nowhere. Probably a fine sign in a game like this.
We are saved!
Right. Continuing our trek through the underworld. These fences are set up in this way to prevent shades from being able to scout ahead and just showing you the whole map. I do wish they'd done that in a different way. It is a little, just time-consuming. Not bad, not much. Oh, we got mummies. I wonder what that means. I'm just gonna kill it for decor. Shouldn't have to deal with any of that. Animals are set.
We have been granted restoration.
Oh, they didn't change the crocodile death effect. Thank you. I love that death sound effect so much. It's so guttural. Shades, show me where I'm going. That's not the right way.
Malista, Vulume, Malista, Esto, Malista, Pani, Esto, Vulume, Esto, Malista.
I will ferry you across the river Styx, but beware the creatures beneath the waves.
Dead ships. Something made millennia ago. Let's bolt this Kraken. Macro away from it, because why not? Try to save this ship if we can. Yeah! We can micro. You guys take this Kraken. You move room so I can land and continue the mission. Thank you very much. Got some more centaurs here. Save them because apparently centaurs are OP now. You'll love to see it. Which is crazy because I'm pretty sure centaurs were already pretty strong in like competitive Age of Mythology. Oh, don't attack move with the shades. That's a very poor use of them. This is just plagues of serpents. Nobody cares about serpents. They're barely a danger to villagers. And even then, I'm pretty sure villagers would win in a fight against these basic ass snakes. They got 50 HP. God, these things suck. Got enough in the army now, and we're just up against Egyptian snake units, which aren't terribly strong. I feel pretty safe using my infantry now. We got enough DPS that it doesn't really matter that much. Is there another shade over here? Yeah, give me that. Okay, we're at the edge of safe vision. Let's send the shades forward just to scout. Probably safe to send the heroes where we can. Again, standard world. We got no living souls here, no infantry to cause our heroes problems. Just have the rest of our army follow in turn. Got a bunch of Medusa up here. Whoa! Hello! Are we fine? Nope. Alright, you know what, game? You got me. That was clever. You took out most people play through this mission and directly ambushed them for it. Also, apparently my heroes are struggling. That's not good.
Etimos, ne.
Get back up, Ajax. What do you mean the relic respawned all over? Oh my gosh. Hang on. That's a bug. That should not be the case. Why would it not just respawn over?
A lightning storm granted from Hera.
Okay, Ajax is gonna go on a little bit of a scouting trip, a little bit of a field trip, just to make sure that he can regrab that relic. I'm gonna use this shade to scout ahead because that ambush actually got me pretty good. That's showed basically why centaurs are balanced. It's because if you can get the jump on them, they die pretty quickly. I should have sent Chiron to grab this. He's mounted, he would have gone there. Well, is he mounted? He has 4 legs. What was it that's camp decided? It's called Caventry. A cavalry archery. That's what it's... Whoa. That's a Norse god power. Forest fire. Badass sound effect. That's completely new. Love that. Alright, go and bring Ajax over there. Grab that relic. We'll use these 2 heroes to start clearing out this area. Because it seems like it's just spattered myth units around. That'll be pretty easy for Chiron and Arcantos to deal with. Now, don't get back in. Ajax, see the gold shiny thing? There you go. There you go. Now bring it back home. Being attacked by just random wolves. That is fine. Shades. Looks like Hades is continuing to light his own forest on fire. I'm just gonna delete the Chimera. I don't want to deal with that. Mainly just aesthetic, but it is a nice aesthetic. Just everything's dying around us. We are truly in the underworld. Forward, Ajax, catch up eventually. And we're almost to the end. Is this just the end of enemy units? I got a bunch of Colossi, and that's it. So, might as well drop this lightning storm that Hera was kind enough to give us. Does this kill all of them? I'm curious. We're doing science. How much damage does this really do? At least 5 Cyclopses worth of damage. Pretty good, pretty good. Use their shades to clean up the rest. Did this one-shot a Colossus? Yes, they do. Shades are insane. Break through. Ajax still has to catch up. Yeah, nice little chill romp through the underworld. It still has an objective to save Greek soldiers. Are there some others located? Where would they even be? Down in this corner? We're hidden by the forest fire, and as the fire burns away, you can find them? I don't know. Something for a repeat playthrough. Sorry, not much I can do here. That is definitely not the way it's supposed to be, although it is very, very funny. That just respawns the rug halfway across the goddamn map. Alright, Hades. I heard you dropped these. We can have them back now. Now, I know you don't want me in your domain. Can you please show the door? It would be appreciated. Although, to be fair, Hades is not exactly enthusiastic about letting people leave his domain. That's why it was the entire part of the story of the game of Hades.
Gods have favored you before. Perhaps
Not
one of them will
supposed to be
now,
able to leave.
if you ask.
We are lucky that one of these honors Poseidon.
But maybe another god will help us out.
It is no use. Why does Poseidon not respond?
Perhaps it is another who favors you. What of Zeus?
I thought this was the sickest goddamn thing in the world when I first played this as a kid. Just a bunch of Greek pillars coming together to form a staircase out of the underworld. That's so cool.
We should have opened the first gate to Tartarus.
And if you had killed the Atlantean when he came to take the trident back from you, we would have.
What if he escapes the underworld?
What if he does? He isn't going to gather an army and bring it to Egypt before I've let the old one out.
What of the Egyptian gods?
Only Osiris would stand against us, and Kemsit claims Set has seen to him.
Excellent. If Arkantos does manage to escape Erebus, he will not escape me again.
He had better not. Poseidon wishes his sons return to power. No man from Atlantis will stop this.
Oh shit! Poseidon's on their side, not our side! Also, we have completed the Greek portion of the campaign. I know how to play the Egyptians, this is fun. Actually, no, I will play this, so people can get a sense of how different the factions in this game are. Because the gameplay is about to change a lot.
There are three things to remember. First, the Pharaoh is one of your most important units. He can be tasked to empower different buildings in your town. Empowered buildings train military units, research improvements, and attack faster. Laborers, fishing ships, and camel caravans will drop off more resources at empowered buildings. The Pharaoh can also empower foundations, speeding their construction. In combat, your Pharaoh is very strong against myth units. You only have one Pharaoh, so use him well. Second, the Egyptians gain favor by building monuments. 5 different monuments are available, but you can only build one of each. You will gain favor faster with each new one constructed. Each major god provides a unique bonus to your monuments, so place them wisely. Finally, most Egyptian buildings are either free or cost gold. However, they take a long time to construct. Remember that your pharaoh can empower a foundation to speed this process.
Which is a neat thing, both from a gameplay perspective and a historical perspective. Because the Egyptians didn't really use wood. It was just stone. Lots and lots of stone. Okay, I think we'll do one more, just to get a taste of the Egyptian faction, then we'll call it for tonight.
So you have no idea where we are?
Admiral!
What are you doing here?
We're lost.
And unlucky, too. I am Amanra. Prepare your men. We have to defend this area.
Defend it against what?
This oasis holds treasures beyond water. A relic is buried here. My enemies are on their way to try to take it.
What does that have to do with us?
Look around. Those passes are the only entrance to this oasis. Escape through them, and you will run headlong into the worshippers of Set. You can choose to die there, or fight here with me.
Alright, new hero.
These defenses and prepare for attack.
And entirely new faction. It's time to start playing as the Egyptians.
Gonna
get some military buildings immediately. They only cost gold, which is fascinating for this game. I'm actually going to use the God Power Prosperity, which I believe is for Isis. Like, the important to distinguish. Isis, the Egyptian goddess. Which will increase how much we gather gold, which is by far the most important resource for the Egyptians. Oh, this is interesting. Oh my god, this map has completely changed. Shows us the entire path that the enemies are coming on. Alright, cool. Actually plan properly.
Here they come.
We've got to hold these walls.
Gotta tell her goddamn jump. Amonra's ability works a lot like Bellerophon, the Pegasus hero we had before. She just hops into groups of units, and to be perfectly honest, usually she just dies. She is not the most sturdy hero. Oh, it does area effect damage now, though. I'm noticing a theme with this game. If there's an opportunity for the developers to add AoE to the game, they absolutely will without hesitation. Let's grab an armory. Upgrade our troops. They're sending a lot of infantry. We're going to upgrade our axemen to deal with that. Not much of a point in upgrading our towers. Unless they start sending cavalry. It's mostly just spearmen for now. Is there anything worth exploring in this area? We're gonna send one priest around. Just see what's around. Is that a good or bad thing? Which good or bad thing are you referring to? Sorry, I wasn't quite paying as much attention as I should have. If it's about Amonra jumping, the thing about that is that it automatically makes her the target of everything in the area. And very occasionally, she will also just jump behind walls and get stuck. Oh, adding AoE. I think if it's universal, it's a good thing. Because that makes it... It makes it so you have to respect myth units a lot more, which seems to be the main focus of where it's coming from. Like, I might change my mind once I get into some proper, like, multiplayer stuff. But for now, wow, that was a voice crack and a half. For now, I think it's fine. I'm gonna get a steady trickle of food. Passively. Oh, got a siege tower. This is the Egyptian siege unit. Pretty close to the Heliopolis. But it's got a battering ram, pretty obviously attached to it, and it shoots anti-infantry arrows instead of the dedicated siege damage. So it deals with enemies a little easier. However, when there's just one of them, it will get crushed by any melee units at all. Something I really, really love about this campaign is even now that though we're in the Egyptian campaign, God, the destruction on these things is so good though.
Into you.
Love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Even though we're in the Egyptian side of the campaign, you still keep some Greek stuff with you. Because you got a Greek faction traveling along with your guys, and this will continue as we travel throughout the game. We're just slowly collecting a ragtag group of cultures, which is so cool. We need some house eyes.
No.
The relic is becoming uncovered.
I think I am going to stop producing resources. I didn't even explain the objective of this mission. We've got a Trojan horse similar objective here, but instead of trying to build something up, we are trying to excavate something out. There is a, you can barely see the hilt right there, a mystical sword here that we've got to get our hands on. Pretty confident we have more than enough troops to be able to effortlessly take out this mission. I will say, as potentially a critique, maybe my first one of this remake, the difficulty has felt very sporadic. Like the mission against Gargarensis' fortresses, where we had the two bases, like that felt decently challenging. But this, at least so far, I get it. I get that it's the first Egyptian mission. But still, this has been, like, for how many troops we're able to produce, this is nothing. We'll see if the game adjusts. We have the shifting sands power from Bata as well. Probably want to use that at least once, if only for funsies. So how much time do we have to defend this for? 5 minutes. 5 minutes, no problem. Let's get a platoon of spearmen just in case they start sending some cavalry. Then we'll fill out the rest of our roster of slingers, because that's the resource distribution we have left right now. Okay, remind me, like, it's been so long since I played against the Egyptians. 10 settlers per more population, upgrades are cheaper, obelisks cost less. Nothing that is relevant to what we're doing now. That is fine. Again, like the Greek soldiers, you also have fully customizable, not customizable, but the unit upgrades will change dynamically based on what upgrades you research. Like you slowly get more impressive Egyptian armor, cooler helmets. It's just a really nice quality of life feature that I wish more RTSs had. It's so nice to be able to tell at a glance what your opponent's army is made up of. Yeah, I gotta say, it's Kemsit that's leading these guys. Yeah, Kemsit. Kemsit, you're not impressing me with your armies right now, man. Oh, that's a little better. It's a little better. We got a force at least. We'll run out to meet them. And probably ridiculously crush them. Oh, okay. Now we're talking. This is a Egyptian myth unit. A big-ass scarab. These are extremely dangerous. myth units that will absolutely tear apart buildings. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the Shifting Sands power and go deal with these scarabs. Teleports troops instantly anywhere on the map. And again, they're myth units. As scary as they might look, heroes will tear them apart. They also explode into purple goo gas as a big AoE. Turns them into battering rams that are actually really dangerous to deal with infantry, because the infantry will die to the poison. Which is an interesting way of balancing them out. I like it. Is Amon-Ra based off of someone from Legend? From Nubia. Both are flash disposition. Some battle. I think she's an OC like Arcantos. She's pretty cool. There's one mission in particular, I think 3 from now. We'll play it in the next stream. Where Amon-Ra sets herself up as one of the most badass heroes in this game's cast. So look forward to that. Okay, I made a giant army expecting to have to withstand a siege. But we ain't seen nothing. I'm really getting to experience the faction. Like, come on. I've been pretty impressed with the mission design so far. But this one I'm feeling a little lacking, although that might just be because I need to readjust how I'm handling difficulty. Because I was playing the first 5 or 6 missions on a harder difficulty before I dropped down. This is kind of a second campaign. I should probably approach it as such. I might turn the difficulty back up for the next mission. Yeah, because this is just like half a dozen soldiers at a time, where we have an army of 40-ish? Oh, that's something at least. Those guys might even be able to make it to the wall. It's okay, they have 48 seconds to be able to reach the objective they need to stop. Which they're probably not gonna be able to do. Don't have the teleport available, so we'll just walk. God, the choir on this song in particular. I could sing the praises of this game's soundtrack for hours and hours and hours. It's one of my favorite soundtracks in all of gaming. Got 6 more from there. It's not gonna matter. Oh no, they're breaking down one of our walls! What will we do now that we've won the mission? That was kind of a lame one to end it on. What time is it? Okay, we're gonna pop it up to hard. Do one more, because this next mission is fantastic. It would be a good one to end things off on. Because now that we have uncovered this sword buried in the sands, we must return it to its owner.
The Guardian, used by Horus to defeat Set once before. Now one of his followers, Kemsit, seeks to take it.
Kemsit? He is your enemy.
He has captured the temple to Osiris near here. There is a guardian at the temple, but it sleeps. If we return the sword to the Guardian, it will awaken.
It seems the gods have smiled on us.
Alright. So we gotta get this sword to its rightful owner.
The Oasis village near here is loyal to the dark god, Set. They enslave other local villagers to mine gold for Kemsit.
I'm gonna send in our heroes first. This is an example of why Amon-Ra is just... She gets herself into problems very easily, because you'll have situations like this, Or she'll just do a swan dive into the enemy army, and the rest of the army can't quite assist her yet. That is alright, we love her regardless. Because she does stuff like that! Oh my god, how much damage does that do?
A hero has fallen.
She just like nuked 15 slingers right there.
A hero has fallen.
I'm trying to have my heroes tank first, so that they take on the brunt of the damage to keep my army intact. Because the heroes will get back up again. Because they're story importance. My units will not.
Free at last! Please guide us safely home, and we will offer you what help we can.
Alright, let's gather out these villagers. I remember this mission, so I'm going to send the heroes well in front of the rest. Because there are mummies. Oh, Jesus! It was a trap! Chiron fell for the Indiana Jones trap. He picked up the relic. You're supposed to put a bag of sand down when you did so, Chiron. Although a small trickle of favor for a relic, though, that's actually insane. Yeah, I take that back, Chiron. That's absolutely worth it. Mummies are a very dangerous myth unit because they will essentially create a plague within your army. That when your units die, they get back up as smaller mummies. And that just gets out of hand, as you can probably imagine. Oh, no. Again, like the Medusa, heroes are immune to the curse. Nope. That's especially bad for villagers. Because they die very, very quickly. Also, they had a plague of serpents that I just did not acknowledge in the slightest, because it's not a very good ability. You get so excited seeing the name Plague of Serpents. Oh boy, I can't wait to drop that on people. And it just doesn't do a damn thing. It's honestly kind of sad. We got one more crocodile biting our ankles. Let's take care of that. Alright. Let's start macroing with the Egyptians.
Look, our men have returned.
Thank you, strangers. Kimsit forced us from our home, the sacred city of the Guardian. We will.
Another neat thing is that every single pharaoh you get in this game will have a unique name from an actual pharaoh in history, and that's just neat.
Only the neighboring villages stand in his way.
Distribute these farmers around. We're playing as the Egyptians, so we don't need that much wood, especially since we already have farms set up, but we do desperately need gold, so we're going to immediately send all of them in that direction. Am I still playing as... Nope, I'm playing as Ra. So what does Ra do? Stronger Migdal units, empowered minus empower nearby building. Oh! And priests can empower. Oh, that's actually, like, several levels of insane right there. Okay. Make a few priests to exploit that. I'm playing as Ra. Shouldn't I have the... I should have the Ring God power up playing as Ra, but it does not seem like it has unlocked it for me. Which is sad, but oh well. So this is a pretty fun mission. The basic premise is that there is a colossal army attacking through these respective villages. I have to get my sword to this guardian here before the army reaches me.
We can invoke rain from Ra.
Oh, there's the Rain God power-up. I'm actually going to save this for a few more farms, which I'm actually going to get set up now. We just don't really need the wood at all. And then let's upgrade... okay, we can't upgrade that yet because we don't have the Classical Age. We'll get up to the Classical Age first and then use that power-up. I think I remember correctly, there's also a relic on this shore over here. Just a reward for players that decide to explore. Oh yeah, you can completely circumvent the enemy's defenses by doing so too. Okay, we'll probably do that, just because it's fun to transport around defenses. Okay. Oh, god damn, that's a cool picture of Bast. Oh, look at that! Okay, so... the correct option here is Bast, and it's not really a choice. However, I really love how they redesigned the Wadjet, so we're gonna go with Ptah. I remember the Wadjet not being very good in the baseline version of Age of Mythology, but maybe it's different now. We'll see. Get a couple more priests as well. I should also deposit this book. Priests are basically mini pharaohs in this game. They act as the Egyptians' producible hero units. They're not nearly as crazy as the Greeks' hero units, which can just tear through any myth units whatsoever. But you can also make a lot more of them. Oh, hold up. Not nearly as strong as the Greek heroes, but mass-producible. It is a trade-off. Ah, they look so good! Oh, I love them! They have 6 attack! God, that's bad! I'm gonna try to make them work. I already have farmers, I don't need to research that. Which means I also need to get monuments, because we are the Egyptians. Let's use the Rain God power-up, get all of our farmers working faster. Try to make a bunch of these. I don't think it's going to be good, but I want to believe. They put so much work into the unit visually. Surely they gave a little bit to, like the stats, right? Where's the Pharaoh? I'm gonna swap you over to the monument because I'm going to need a bunch of favor to be able to go into full Wadjet production. Oh yeah, and by empowering it, empowers everything nearby. Which is just so cool. That was not in the base of Age of Mythology at all. Gives Ra a much stronger civilization identity. Alright, Wadgets, show me what you can do. Nice. Again. That's funny. So, this used to be Hathor, but they've clearly changed it to Sobek because it didn't really make sense under Hathor. We're definitely going Sobek, because Sobek has one of the coolest myth units in the entire game. Doesn't make any goddamn sense, but it's so cool. And of course, more gadgets. What's this? Bruce armor, laborers. We're not gonna get our laborers attacked.
Greek, and which Tayo, are you refer?
Another thing I should have mentioned for the Egyptians sooner
Greek, Tayo,
is despite the base
are you
infantry
refer?
being
And
weaker, base
Tayo,
heroes being weaker, they can heal with their priests, which is insane in an RTS. So you have weaker tools initially to deal with combat, but like once you get,
Into you.
like if you win the matchup, you can heal up your entire army to full, which is extremely useful. Oh, look at the rock! Oh, it's beautiful.
We'll need a strong force to escort the sword bearers to the Guardian.
Gives us an aerial transport. Can we just... Oh, hey, it lands now. That's neat. Put you back down. Also, there is, like, a serious charge-up time. Wait. I'm pretty sure... Like, I might just be misremembering, but I'm pretty sure you couldn't put the sword bearers in a rock in the past. This might be an unbelievably easy mission. If so, that's so funny. Also, did you notice the giant sun laser beams? That is obviously because we have a crocodile that can shoot the power of the sun through these antlers on its head. Don't question it, it's cool. Oops, nope, didn't mean to click that. Like, I see some priests, but... Okay, yeah, hold on. We are going to take... We'll take the Wadgets. No, that's stupid. The Wadgets will die. We'll take the chariots.
Into you.
Deal with the priests. But I'm pretty sure we can just... We can just win this? Like, really, really easy?
Rig, UI air.
I mean, if they're gonna give us a tool like that, we're gonna use the tool, you know? Now you will notice that the rock is very, very slow. Being able to transport units aerially is insanely strong. But there is counterplay if you were, like, checking your minimap and making sure, like, hey, why is that blue dot moving onto my base really slowly? I should probably check on that. A couple of towers will generally be able to deal with it. More Wadgets. Another thing the Egyptians can do is they can train mercenaries, which are very quickly produced, but don't last very long. Costs a ton of gold, but it's a nice kind of press this button in case of emergency ability that the Egyptians have. Gonna land right in the base. The priests have not seen me. Wow, really? Really? Really?
Into you.
Protect the sword bearers.
Guardian away.
Seriously, you're just gonna let me have it. Alright, well now, it is time for a power trip. Because the Guardian has 20,000 hit points. And it does splash damage. There are multiple points in the campaign where you get to do just badass stuff like this. Like, you have a building? I don't care. Go buy a building. Occasionally, figures of myth will step outside of the myths and just destroy everything. Alright, we don't care about this puny orange army. We're just gonna go straight for the red one. And you can see they're panicking, like, oh shit, they woke the thing up? Hey, buddy, where are you going? They changed the design of this map? No, they didn't. Go where you're supposed to, buddy. Come on. Fine, I guess you can smack the widgets too. Red's arrived anyway.
This statue thing better swing a mean sword, that's all I have to say.
Ajax, I think you'll be pleased. It seems to indeed swing a pretty mean sword. It's not even a myth unit, so the priests don't do bonus damage to it. It's just a big, angry statue. Well, that's why the pathing was weird earlier. There was a gate in the way. I can't believe they let you just load the sword bearers into a rock. Maybe at the highest difficulty they don't allow that? Also just gave them a lightning bolt for fun. That's not in the base game. They're just thinking, well, how can we make this thing more overpowered? We take those. Why engage the army head-on when we have Burb? All hail the mighty Burb. Alright. When we continue next time, the Guardian was protecting a piece of Osiris. We're going to be taking part in the myth of bringing the pieces of Osiris back together. And that quest line will start when we return. Thank you all for watching, and I'm pretty sure when I say all, it's pretty much just Dylan. But that's fine. I appreciate it, Dylan. Again, these streams are for me. I love this game so much, and I'm so happy they've done so well with this remake. Anyway, see you guys probably tomorrow. I will probably continue streaming this until I've beaten the campaign.